traveling.
So our last question comes from one of my favorite people on the planet, Victoria. So Victoria is a huge foodie, and her posts on LinkedIn about the stuff she creates is absolutely incredible. She is also the person who puts Outlier magazine together, and if when you look at it, and it is, I mean, the content is killer, but aesthetically it's just a gorgeous magazine. And I don't say that because it has anything to do with me. It's all Victoria. She is so unbelievably talented. So Victoria, you are up.
Thank you, Scott. Hi, Palak. It's nice to meet you. I actually
Hi.
have two questions. First is more personal for me. What's your process as a chef? Because I know chefs are one of the most creative people in the world. What's your process in like making a new dish? Like, what do you think of first? Is it the protein or is it, for example, the sauces? Because I know you love making sauces. And then the second is, I was wondering if you were given the challenge to create a special dish that depicts an outlier, what would that be?
Ooh, ooh, good
That's a good
question.
question.
Wow. Okay, so the first one, not really methodical. I get a lot of inspiration just by looking at produce. I know it sounds funny, but I grew up vegetarian, as I mentioned. So going in and seeing something of color, seeing something of texture, it always drives me to a dish or a flavor profile. And so that's generally kind of looming in my background. The other thing, which I didn't realize until much later in life, so I have a mom that never wasted any food. And if you know how to do that, turns out that's also a gift at work because, food costs and sustainability. Before it became a cool thing, my mom was doing it like a rock star. She never wasted anything. And so that inherently became a driving factor in, oh, I have this and this and this. It just becomes kind of a little bit of a superpower where I've gone into people's kitchens and they're like, how did you make a meal? Like it was like a can of this and a little you know, like spoiled, halfway spoiled thing and a wilted piece of this. And I'm just like, oh yeah, do it. I'm channeling my mom, also the sustainability, thing that is driving our industry now. So I think those are kind of the big factors that help me make a dish. For the outliers, okay. So one of my favorite ingredients, which I feel is a super ingredient, and I feel like you are all a community-based crew, and you're tight, and you do things together, you challenge each other. I will make a mushroom dish, and the reason why is mycelium, which is the super connector of the forests and the trees. It's the membrane that connects all the forests. Well, mycelium is responsible for the beautiful fungi that we eat. And so it's one of the most remarkable things that has been studied in recent history and culinarily as well. So mushrooms I find fascinating because they're in the league of their own. They're not a vegetable. They're not a fruit. They've got their own genre, just like you guys, and they're very tightly bound by mycelium.
I love that. We have to create a cookbook and we need a bunch of mushroom recipes in there. So we may
I
be
got
coming
you.
back to
I
you.
got you. I got you.